I'm driving all the way to Dallas, Texas to explore an abandoned building. But there's just one problem. I haven't done any research and I have no idea what I'm gonna be exploring. Today's Saturday and I leave for Texas on Wednesday. We're gonna see what we can do in these next few days because the trip's set in stone. I'm leaving on Wednesday. I don't know how this is gonna go.
I didn't know how this was gonna go, and it turned out to be an absolute disaster.
Everything went wrong today and yesterday.
I had the worst luck that I've ever had exploring, and I'm gonna take you guys through the whole process of what went down. I had no idea what I was gonna end up exploring, so I started off by doing some research of abandoned places near Dallas, Texas.
So far with the research I've done, I've been able to find 2 different spots. I found this abandoned hospital. This one looks very promising. Looks like it could have some good history behind it, some good stories. It could be haunted, who knows. And I also found this abandoned factory, which I may use as a backup if the hospital isn't accessible. The factory would be cool because I'd be able to climb to the top of this building here and probably get a good view from up there, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to find some good history behind it or anything like that. It's not gonna have a good story behind it. I'm hoping the hospital will work out. I'll probably research a couple more spots in the following days, just in case.
Wednesday rolled around. Here's me crossing into Oklahoma, and here's me finally making it to Texas.
I made it to Texas. I never ended up doing any additional research about the abandoned hospital. I'm just gonna hope it works out and go for it.
Let's wait and see how that ends up working out for me.
It's about 6 o'clock right now, so the plan is to get some sleep tonight, and then in the morning, we're gonna head out and go explore it.
We got to our destination, got some sleep that night, then the next day, it was time to explore.
It's the next day now. We are driving to downtown Dallas right now, and we're headed towards the spot. Normally, one of the hardest parts of urban exploring is just trying to park your car. Because it's like, one, you don't want to park right outside the building because then it's obvious what you're going to do, and it's easy to get caught that way. But then two, most abandoned buildings are in dangerous areas, and it can be hard finding a spot to leave your car where you don't have to worry about it getting broken into. So today I have a getaway driver, someone that's gonna drop me off and pick me up. So this actually takes away pretty much the hardest part of the whole day.
It's funny looking back on this and seeing how optimistic I was about this whole thing, and then comparing it to how I ended up later on.
So that should work out really well. We are about 16 minutes out right now. So you might be wondering, am I nervous about this explore? How am I feeling beforehand? I'm not nervous at all. I've been to East St. Louis, Chicago, Detroit, Gary, Indiana. I'm not really worried about downtown Dallas. From what I've seen online, the hospital looks pretty easy to get into. I've seen some photos where it looks like I should just be able to walk in. I'll see you guys once we get there. We're coming up to the hospital now. We're gonna do a lap around it, kind of scope out the area, see what it's looking like.
We get to the hospital and we see a truck parked right outside of the building.
They got a truck sitting right outside the building. Looks like they might have security.
So this is basically when it all starts going to shit. They had that truck sitting out front. I decided I could still sneak in the side entrance and get into the building without being seen.
Oh yeah, that'd be easy access. I was like 0% nervous. Now I'm a little nervous because there's what looks like security. It could just be a guy on the phone, but I don't know why he'd be sitting in a truck right outside the building.
I know this is a bad idea, but I decide I'm gonna do it anyways. I keep Kayla on the phone with me the whole time so she can give me updates about what's going on.
There's another one. Oh shit.
I was already nervous, and now I'm basically shitting my pants after hearing this news. This isn't the actual hospital, but I'm able to make it to this side building.
Okay, I think it's security. Yeah, this might be a bad move.
So I'm talking with Kayla on the phone, and I'm making sure she's somewhere nearby in case I gotta make a quick getaway. I'm slowly realizing that there's gonna be no way I can run from this building to the main hospital building without being seen.
So there's a building to the side of the hospital. I'm inside that one. I'm afraid if I make a break for it and go to the actual hospital, they're gonna see me.
There's nobody in the trucks now.
So they got out?
Yeah, they're out now.
All right, I'm getting out of here.
After hearing that, I realized I gotta get the hell out of here. But don't worry guys, we'll be back here, and this will turn into even more of a disaster.
Yeah, I saw them. They were walking towards the hospital that way. Are you gonna come back or no? Oh shit.
Yeah, maybe we can try and come back in a bit. So like you heard, there's now 2 trucks sitting outside of the building. We go get gas, we come back, and they're still sitting outside.
This is the tough part about urban exploring. There's so many unforeseen variables. I think if we waited out a little bit, we'd be okay. I don't think they'll be here all day. We'll just give it like 30 minutes. I'll check back in with you guys in a little while. We're gonna wait it out.
We end up giving it like 30 more minutes. I'm getting myself pumped up. I'm telling myself I'm gonna go in there no matter what. My girlfriend's getting really annoyed with me, and I've already wasted so much of the day trying to do this.
Once again, we've waited it out. We're gonna go back one final time. I'm just gonna have to go in there.
We drive back, and there's now 4 vehicles outside. I was so done at this point, I was ready to delete all the footage I had and just scrap the whole video completely. That is, until I got the bright idea to try this again the next morning before we left to go home.
Tomorrow.
All right, as you guys saw yesterday, it was a no-go. My amazing girlfriend has decided that she'll drive me back again. I'm praying that nobody's there today. I can just go right inside and we can bring an exciting conclusion to this video.
So as you guys saw, I was in pretty good spirits once again. Then we get to the building, and this time there's a police officer in the parking lot. Why wouldn't there be? We did notice, however, he was shutting the gate and it looked like he was leaving. So we waited it out a few more minutes and went back.
This has been a whole thing. Today we pulled up and security was outside. He was circling. We thought it was a cop. He was circling the building. He just left. I don't know how long I have until he comes back. I don't know if there's cameras here. I'm gonna have to be so quick.
I knew I was gonna have to be quick. I had Kayla drop me off. I jumped right out of the car immediately. I squeezed through the hole in the fence and ran straight to the building. After all this, I really did get inside. I was so happy I finally made it in, but just wait. The thing that ends up happening is unbelievable.
I'm shitting my pants right now. This is the first time I've ever willingly ran into a building with security. I don't know why they're so adamant on keeping people out, I guess for safety. This is like the most preparation and setup I've ever had to go through to get in somewhere. So I think they're getting ready to tear this building down. I think that's coming soon. And when I get to the research stage of this project, that's when we'll find that out. But a lot of the times I do go into these explores knowing nothing. And then when I get done, that's when I do all the research. That's when I figure out the cool history behind the building.
So of course, now that I'm back home, I did end up doing research on the building, and I'll share the history with you guys in a second here, and I'll show you more of the inside of the building. Right after I show you the final straw, my breaking point. I get back to the car after the explore, and my GoPro is frozen. I can't end the recording. I'm finally able to turn it off, and this is what I see when I turn it back on. This message would have been fine if it would have repaired the whole file. I lost half of the fucking footage. Out of all the explores I've done, the GoPro has to lose the footage on this day.
As you guys just saw with my camera, everything went wrong today and yesterday. And now we are stuck in traffic for an additional half hour because we decided to come out to Dallas instead of driving straight home.
I know I said a half hour, but the GPS was wrong. It kept updating and adding more time. We ended up sitting in traffic for close to an hour and a half.
We ended up sitting in traffic for an extra...
Probably an hour and a half.
Please, guys, you gotta share the video, like it. The only thing that can save this situation is if the video does somewhat well. If the video doesn't do well, then this was all for nothing. You guys gotta help me out here.
Dallas was also in the opposite direction that we needed to get home. So that day we woke up, we drove 40 minutes to get to Dallas. I did the explore. Then it took us close to 2 hours to get back to the point we started at, so then we could begin the 9-hour drive back to St. Louis. This was originally just gonna be a video taking you guys through the whole process of urban exploring. While I did do that, we also took a look at how many different factors and variables there are that go into doing this. Now, as promised, I'm gonna give you guys some history and information on the hospital that I explored. Today, we're checking out the abandoned Tri-City Hospital. a building that many people believe is haunted. The building is a huge eyesore for those living nearby.
An abandoned hospital the city of Dallas calls a horrible blight.
The ghost of the old Tri-City Hospital has become a nightmare, especially for longtime neighbors.
It definitely is an eyesore for a lot of us that have to drive by.
And a place to explore for people like me.
This abandoned hospital is where some people break in to do drugs.
Oh shit, that was the wrong clip. I wasn't doing any drugs in here. And a place to explore for people like me.
Young adults looking for some kind of thrill.
This building closed down without any warning in 2002 and has sat vacant ever since. 15 years later, in 2017, inspectors walked through the building and found more than 70 safety and health code violations. Around this same time, a Dallas K-9 officer was chasing someone through the building and ended up falling down an elevator shaft, which was a 4-story drop. At one point, the owners of this hospital were sued by the city of Dallas. There's been different ideas about what to do with the building, such as converting it into something else.
He says next week he plans on working out an agreement with the city and the owners to buy it and convert it into a home for pregnant teens and homeless veterans.
And completely demolishing it. Just recently, 1 month ago, a Dallas County judge ordered court oversight for the hospital. Because of that, a group is now actively working to seal up the property and then tear down the building.
I expect it will have it demolished in less than a year.
Luckily, I was able to take one last look at this place before it's gone forever. As you guys were able to see, there are so many variables when making these videos. There's so many things that can go wrong. Security, police, the weather conditions, civilians seeing you out, where are you gonna park your car? Is my car gonna get broken into? Is my car gonna get towed if I park here? And then is my stupid fucking GoPro gonna get all the footage or not? I do have an explore of an abandoned prison coming up. And I still have the video of me hiking up the Smoky Mountains. That'll come out soon too. Even though this explore went to shit and pretty much everything went wrong, I had more fun editing this video than I have any of my videos in a long time. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed making it. Like you just heard, I have a few more videos worth of footage on my computer that I'm gonna be working on. Make sure to stay tuned for those ones. Thank you guys for watching. As always, I'll see you next time. I saw one guy, he was in his car and he was backing up all the way down the highway so he could take that exit behind us. You know it's slow when the better option is to back up for a few miles and then take the exit. We wouldn't be in this traffic if I didn't have to go explore that building.